Are you hungry?
Give me something good.
Hi, and welcome to Görgött, to all of my fellow foodies in the Switzerland group. I promised I would make something Christmassy and I would mix that with something Swedish. And I have Rudolf here. My name is also Rudolf, or my second name. So it's Christian Rudolf Nilsson. So I thought that would fit and be a bit festive. Today I'm making the staple on the Swedish julbord, and that's Swedish meatballs. You can't go wrong with Swedish meatballs, but you have to make them in a kind of a different way. I've been making meatballs, well, I started with my mom probably at the age of 5 or 6. And since then I've been kind of trying to refine it myself, and I make them a bit different. It's kind of the luxury version in terms of fat content, I would say. And not in terms of ingredients, because it's cheap, but in terms of fat content. You need a lot of fat. And I leave the bread out, so no breadcrumbs, no soaked bread, nothing like that. It's meat and cream, basically. But yeah, why am I telling you about it? Let me show you instead. So let's get cooking. And as I do sometimes, I forgot, but if you're watching, please do me the favor and down there, click the subscribe button. Also click the bell icon if you want to be updated on new content when it comes out. That would help me a lot. Now let's get cooking. These are the ingredients you need for the perfect Swedish meatballs. I don't have a recipe. I've been doing it since I was a young kid. My mom taught me, and then I kind of refined it over the years. And the one thing I do different from a kind of standard recipe is I don't add any bread or breadcrumbs to it. And I add a lot of cream, because cream is good. So we start with some onions. You will see they've been, well, they haven't really been fried because they don't have a color, but you have to put them in the pan so that they get nice and soft. So we add the onions. Then you need some sweet mustard. About that much should be okay, but we'll taste and then we'll see. So it's not a recipe for people who cannot taste raw meat. Then we need some cream. We need a bit of salt. We need some magic powder. And we need some black pepper. And now the best way to mix this is with your hands. Just put them in some cold water. One hand should be enough. And then you kind of just grab through the meat like this. I'll mix this now and then we'll do a taster. So now we mixed it together the first time. We'll do a small taster. And it's clear we need a bit more mustard and we need more salt. Put another generous serving of mustard. A bit of salt, 2 pinches. And some more Aromat. And to keep it wet, we'll put a little bit of more cream in it. And then we just do the process again. Now taste it again. That's perfect. And if I would have to give you a recipe from feeling here, I mean, we had 1 kilo of minced meat, and it's a 50-50 mix between beef and pork. I would say there's about 3 deciliters of cream in there, 4 tablespoons of mustard, probably, oh, this is a big guess, 15 grams of salt, 10 grams of Aromat, magic powder, and 10 grams of pepper. But this is one of these recipes that I've done so many times that I just do it by taste, basically. And now it's time to roll the meatballs themselves, the Köttbullar. What you want to do is to wet your hands Take about this much, then put it in your palm and just roll your hands. You want to keep a little bit of pressure and you end up with something like that. So I won't bore you with the rolling, but I'll roll up this dough now and then we'll fry them in a frying pan. So done. Took me about 20 minutes and we have 49 more or less perfect meatballs, but you know, who cares if they're perfect? As long as they're about the same size and they cook at the same time, you're good to go. Now let's get frying. Pan is hot and ready for our meatballs. Once they have a bit of color on one side, you want to turn them all and give them about the same color on the other side, and then you can start kind of shaking the pan and they will roll around. And there we go. I've combined 2 batches and they're ready to go. Let's try some of the Swedish meatballs. Now, if you're going to make kind of a dish out of it, I mean, I'm showing it for the Christmas tables or for the Christmas buffet, but if you want to make a dish out of it with some mashed potatoes and a nice cream sauce, the best is to use kind of what's underneath here. So you take the meatballs out and you make your cream sauce based on what's underneath here, because that has so much taste. But let's go taste. Hot. But that's the finished product. That's the meatballs. Now for the Swedish Christmas buffet, you will kind of serve them just like this, because there's so many other things on there. If you want to make them into a dish, my suggestion is to do like they do at this famous Swedish furniture store and serve it up, well, not with French fries like they do. The classic is with potato mash. So you make a mash with it and you will make a cream sauce with what's left in the pan after you fry the meatballs. Add some cranberry jam, or if you can get it at IKEA, some lingonberry jam, which is kind of the Swedish. It's not the same thing, but it's similar. So yeah, they're very versatile, these Swedish meatballs. You can serve them as a buffet item. You can serve them as their own dish. But what I love, like the secret tip, is to let them cool. The next day, beautiful slice of bread, some butter. You slice these meatballs up, and then you either put some sweet mustard on them, or what you can put on, which is almost even better, but you can't really find it here, but in Scandinavia you find it a lot, and that's a beetroot salad. Doesn't get much better than that. And now let's taste these. This is pure heaven. The onions and the sweet mustard kind of doing its thing in terms of sweetness. That's perfect. They're salty, they're sweet. There's a bit of umami going on. It doesn't get much better than this. Now, I hope you enjoyed this. Yeah, I know you can't get anything, any discount or anything from this video, but I've given you from my heart. This is my family meatball recipe, and it is very good. So please do try it. Invite your family, they will love it. I hope you all have a great festive season. 2020 has been a difficult year for all of us. But finally it's over, and let's all hope that 2021 will be a better one. And if you stuck with me this far, please don't forget to click the thumbs up, the like button. And if you haven't done it yet, please also click the subscribe button. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas to all of you. Take care. Bye-bye.